Hello YouTube, Jordan here. Welcome back to Jordy's Basement. It's Thursday afternoon, hotter than hot outside. And it's been a while since I've had a video and just haven't made one for some reason, but I've been enjoying all of yours in the VC and some of you have inspired me. I picked up some stuff over the last couple of weeks and I thought why not, we'll do a video, show you some of that newer stuff that we got, including some stuff that I find really cool. You could differ, but regardless. In any case, what better way to spend your Thursday evening than in the basement, right? So a couple things. First of all, there's vinyl clubs. We've been talking about those on my channel recently. You all know that I did the VNYL club for a couple of months. Did that for 3 months. Was not happy with that service. Moved on to the Black Box Record Club, which was a great experience and highly recommend you do that. You can watch my old videos on my channel and see what we got out of those boxes. Did that for 3 months. And then I went over to Vinyl Me Please, which is very unique and interesting, and I'll show you some of the selections I've picked up from Vinyl Me Please in a second. For starters, though, you know, when I left VNYL, I was left with a large $100 credit on my account that I could use in the member store, which is different than the general store at VNYL. A lot more limited, and so I was able to, I bought a couple things early on, and then I'm stuck with, I think it was $44 that was left in my account, and I've had it for 3 months. I can't spend $44 sitting in my account. For those of you who are vinyl people, you know you can spend that in 2 seconds at your local store. I can't find anything I want at VNYL. So I did use some of that on this. Just recent pickup, the second Weezer album, the Green album. Pretty good, very basic. I think it's 140, basic inside, basic inner, just a plastic inner. Yeah, and it's a good classic album. The whole thing is, I think, 31 or 32 minutes, but it's great power pop. But unfortunately, I've been unable to spend the rest of my money at VNYL. So I'm still looking every couple of days to try to do that. What else do I have here? Well, I'll get to Vinyl Me Please in a second. I picked up a couple things at the store last week that I wanted to share. The first thing is something that I had a feeling was going to be a find, and it turns out that it is. This is Bryan Adams' Waking Up the Neighbors, and 1991. So whenever I see anything from the early 90s on vinyl, I usually will pick it up because chances are it's probably a limited print and probably worth something. It's not a re-release, or rather a repress or re-release. I don't know what pressing it is. Quite honestly, I checked it out on Discogs, and it's going for quite a good bit of money on there. I think it's like a $25 album. I got it for $6, I think. But very cool if you're a Bryan Adams fan, or even if you're not a Bryan Adams fan. It had the original poster that the album came with. Kind of neat. Waking Up the Neighbors. And of course, this was produced by the great Mutt Lange. So if you're into 80s music at all, you know Mutt Lange from AC/DC and Def Leppard. And of course Bryan Adams. So Waking Up the Neighbors, a very good album on 2 LPs. Not a gatefold though. This is a single slotted. That sounded dirty. Didn't mean to be. Anyways, Waking Up the Neighbors, good album. Happy to have it. Also, I picked up this. I wanted to show this specially for my buddy John from work. The Thunder, or the Thunder from Down Gunder, as we call him. Anyways, that's an inside joke. This is Yes. And he told me on the phone yesterday that Going for the One was his favorite Yes album, and I just so happened to pick this up. I thought this was quite a find when I found it. This is a 12-inch single of Wondrous Stories. Pretty cool. But what was neat about this, which I did not expect, was that it was going to be on this colored vinyl, which is kind of neat. Of course, anytime I see a 12-inch single from a band like Yes, I'm going to grab it, being a prog head. But then it's kind of neat that it's on the blue-colored vinyl, which I did not expect. Anyways, the flip side is a song called Parallels. So it's kind of nice to have this. And then I picked it up for a few bucks. It's not quite as rare as I thought it was going to be on Discogs, but regardless, I picked it up for only a few bucks, so it's good to have that in the collection. Speaking of Yes, I want to thank Naz Nomad, David Michael, for the suggestion on this. You probably will never see this, but if you do, thank you, buddy. Big fan of your station, your channel, and you showed this album a couple of weeks ago. This is the 35th anniversary release of Yes's 90125. A much maligned album. We could debate about this one forever. I'm one of the fans, the Yes fans, the all Yes fans. I like all the band's career, and this is no different. I always liked this album, even though there was parts of it that were cheesy. I never owned it on vinyl, or at least I haven't since I've gotten back into vinyl. I'm sure I owned it in vinyl back in the day. Played the heck out of it. Changes is my specifically my favorite song. But this release to commemorate this Back to the 80s series that they're doing is on very cool tricolor vinyl, which matches the colors on the cover. I'm sorry, I had to take the time to put the record back in. I'm not going to leave it without a sleeve. I mean, heaven forbid for the rest of the 3 minutes of this video I do that. And then get the comments. But there you go. Very, very cool. And it was cheap. It was under 20 bucks. So I'm happy to have this back in the collection. The 90125 35th anniversary re-release. Sounds good too. So very cool. So let's get to Vinyl Me Please. Will be my next stop in this tour. So Vinyl Me Please is the latest record club. I'm kind of been celebrating the various record clubs on my station, on my channel here, since I started with the VNYL stuff. And Vinyl Me Please was one that I was saving for later because of I like the whole aspect of it. You get one album a month. It's I think it's $30 a month. You get an album, a print, an original art print, and a drink recipe. So I haven't tried the drink recipes yet. I'm anxious to. I've gone through it for 2 months, and then they had a sale in the store, so I picked up a couple extra items. So first off, from the store, I picked up this. This is the repress of the Beach Boys' Endless Summer. I mean, it's summertime. My girls are really into the Beach Boys these days. This is a really cool gatefold. And it really is just a Beach Boys greatest hits collection. But it's the only repress of this album to date. It's about 10 years old now. And it's got the original Capital Orange labels, which is neat. And it's on 180 gram, which is also very cool. The liner notes are minimal, if any. There's very little, which is just the way it was originally released. And cool artwork, and it's a nice package. So, very cool. I also picked this up. I have not played this. I'm anxious to play this. This is Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. Ella and Louis is the name of this. And this is kind of cool. It's on the original Verve label. It's kind of neat. And this is a repress from, what year? I don't even know. 2013. Anyways, it's from the late 50s originally, obviously. But so I'm anxious to hear this. And then the 2 albums that I got as part of my membership with Vinyl Me Please. 2 albums, and I like this because you don't know what you're going to get. Well, you know what you're going to get, but usually, I mean, I've looked through the history. I'm not familiar with very many of the albums. And I've gotten 2 really cool releases so far in my 2 months there. This is the Silvertones, and this album is called Silver Bullets. And you probably have seen these videos before. I don't want to bore you, but the packaging is fantastic. And unfortunately, YouTube is not advanced enough yet where you can feel this. But if you could feel it, it's really great quality materials. I can't tell you, I'm sure it is the original inner artwork. And then the actual disc, which in this case is very pretty. Island colors. And it's very Caribbean sounding, which is kind of cool. I'm headed there on Sunday morning, actually, for a little vacation. So this kind of prepares me for that. I'll listen to this later after this video is over. I thought about putting it on during the video, but I have seen where people have gotten flagged for this stuff, and I don't feel like getting flagged. So that was that. That was actually last month. And this month just arrived, and this is Mitski, an indie artist that I was not familiar with until now. This is a very high quality release. I don't know if you can see the, there it is, Mitski. And the album's called Be the Cowboy. It's brand new. I don't even think it's out yet. I think we got it before the release. Mitski. Pretty neat. And she is this is a single disc, which I like. It's very cool. There's the inner sleeve. I put it in a plastic sleeve. Very cool red vinyl. I love the custom labels. And it's very cool. It's indie. It's indie sounding, and it's very, very quality. I really enjoy so far. My girls have enjoyed it as they listen to it with me, since I'm not hip enough to really get it, I guess. It came with this really awesome book. And it's a Vinyl Me Please exclusive. So the book is only for Vinyl Me Please. And it's got some nice notes inside of it. That's a good read. Learn a lot about the artist. And what was ultra cool about this, I found out as I was on the couch listening, is that parts of this album were recorded right here in our backyard. I'm in southern New Jersey, a town called Cherry Hill, New Jersey, right outside of Philly. And the notes, the liner notes, indicate that this album was partially recorded at a place called Gradwell House Studios, which is in Haddon Heights, which is about 3 miles that way. Yeah, that way. For those of you at home, it's that way. Really, literally 3 miles from here. Very, very cool. It's cool to you if you're in Arizona or New Mexico or Wyoming or Sheboygan or wherever, but to me it's kind of neat. Locally recorded, so it makes it extra special. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. These prints were kind of neat. This is the one that came with the Mitski album, and this is the one that came with the Silvertones record. Kind of matches the, and it tells you who the artist is, matches the artwork, tells you who it's by. Really good packaging, Vinyl Me Please, very cool. So I'm going to stick around with them for a little bit longer and see how that goes. Maybe I'll switch it up later. I know there's other clubs I haven't yet tried. I get them now since I've joined. Somehow they know who I am and where I am, and I get emails out the wazoo. Please come join our club. So who knows what the future holds. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and keep listening, keep vinylizing, and enjoy the rest of your summer, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.